Nice try. Good evening. Welcome once again, everybody. It's so beautiful. We changed the day today because we have a workshop this weekend. So we said we don't want to miss this opportunity of connecting with everybody. And hence we just changed the day. And I'm so glad that all of you could join here. So friends, this who am I? Is the most powerful question. It's the most intelligent question that all of us can ask. Right? And I'll say why. I'm sure all of you have asked, but let's just understand a little more so that we can use this question again and again. So we all are sparks of consciousness coming from the same spirit. We are all one. And we are souls who have come from there. And as souls, of course, we've had our own journey. So as we came here, we forget who we really are. And we've had our journeys, we've gone ahead, wanted to make, something nice in this plane, learning survival, wanting to have power, done all kinds of things before we have come here. So there is a lot of adventure that we do. And of course, in doing that, how do we really succeed in doing anything? How do we succeed in making any survival? All of that. When we are actually doing things, we start getting identified. So if I have been a businessman or if I have been a dancer, right, to really make myself there, to make my identity, and at every level we want an identity, we need an identity. We say, yes, this is me. I have to identify with it. And sometimes we don't really know that we are also more than that. For lifetimes, we have lived like that. So everybody who is now here, right, we are all much mature. We are mature souls as the soul's ages. But as a young soul, as an infant soul, baby soul, we've done so much. Automatically, we are identified with the body. We are identified with the mind. This is my thing. I have written this, right? So we are so identified with all of that, and we are also identified with our emotions. Especially in last centuries, what happened was the females were restricted to homes. They were supposed to be the good daughter, the good wife, the good mother. So their identity becomes their roles if they've not really worked on anything else. And when things really go haywire emotionally at the level of relationships, that shakes them to the core. So when we actually start asking ourselves, who am I? What is happening is there is a disillusionment that is happening. We recognize that probably whatever we were attached to, we really went ahead and did whatever best that we could, but there is still something missing. There is a void that starts coming. In one of the channelings of Jesus, he has shared that there are 4 stages. So we usually are living ego-based. We are living, when we say ego-based, it could be we are too identified with the body. I'm this very good-looking person, or even when we say, oh, I don't look good. Even then it's the ego. We think the ego is only the one who thinks I'm very good. Even the one who's saying, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not at all worthy of anything. Even that is ego. That is the ego also playing its trick. So whether we are identified to the body, whether we are too identified to the mind, my achievements, this is my, or we are too identified with the emotions, we are living in ego. We are living in the personality which has come down here, the personality that we see right now, the bodies that I'm seeing, those bodies, that personality is there. Yes, we don't have to, deny it. But there is the soul, which is again individuated, and our souls are all connected. At the spirit level, we are one. So we see ourselves as separate, and our journey now. So first, the journey came when we are coming here, we are trying to find our identity, getting comfortable here. And then when things are not going right, that's also the universe's way, the spirit's way of now saying, okay, now I'll actually find myself. right? And that's the time we have to actually start asking ourselves, who am I? So there's 4 stages that Jesus has given. The first one, he says, where you're unsatisfied with the ego-based void. We start feeling there is something missing. I'm not happy. Even though I've achieved something that I wanted to achieve, I'm not happy, right? Or if I'm not even achieving, but whatever I'm living, that void is there. And then when we start really looking at it, we start actually finding new. So this journey where you will now start looking for alternative ways. Till then, we are actually living on autopilot. This autopilot is coming from our past life sanskaras, is coming from our childhood conditioning. Most people are just going to spend their life with that. But then when we start looking, when we start saying, who am I? Right? That's what I start seeing then, that I'm beyond this body, I'm beyond these emotions, beyond this mind. We start finding the new. The journey is of really unlearning, deconditioning. So we have to find the new. And then comes also the challenge. So many times when we are doing workshops, we find news, but we go back to the old because we really crave that old. We are so addicted to those old patterns. Because the new is something that we don't even know how it would be. How would I be if I leave this house of my body, my emotions, right? I'm just so accustomed to this that somewhere the fear comes, which grips us and makes us then stay back with that. So the second is finding the new. And the third is the letting the old die. So we have to catch ourselves at that stage. Really, what is it? Am I going back to the old self? So this who am I is a question that actually helps you at every stage. Sometimes we feel that, oh, I know, I've had meditation experiences. I know what my soul is. I have traveled, done so much astral traveling. We don't even know how the ego grips us. Again, we start saying, I am this. I'm the one who has done the astral travel. I have read 1,000 books. I know everything. I know all the masters, right? Whenever this I comes, again, we are in the grip of the ego. So the journey is really, we have to keep asking ourselves this, who am I? It's very beautiful. Buddha has given this diamond sutra. When we say given, he just spoke. Every student who was there in front of him, he was giving whatever they were, at the level at which they were. And of course, all his teachings have been compiled. So there was this student of his, Sariputra, was it Sariputra? Or I forget, another enlightened student. Okay. So somebody who was also a bodhisattva, who had knew the soul. The Diamond Sutra has been given to him. So in one of the verses, in one of the sutras, Buddha is telling him, Subhuti, now I remember Subhuti is his name. So he says, Subhuti, what do you think? Did Dipankara was the Buddha many, many thousand years back. Gautam the Buddha had met him and he had bowed down to him. He said, do you think that Dipankara taught me anything? And he said, no, he didn't. And he said, you're right. And he said, do you think okay, do you think I am giving you a lot? And he says, no, you've not given anything. Now, when he's saying that, of course, we know Buddha has given so much. The masters have given so much. But what he's really talking about is the state. Even at that time, if he feels, so I have done so much, I have taught so many students, again, one gets caught. So they may do so much, but still they are coming from the space that it's not me who's doing. They know it, it's not just for the words. So whenever, now of course that's a state we will achieve, we will reach whenever we reach, but whenever, at whatever stage we are, right? The tendency of the mind is, the tendency of the ego is to keep you there. Because obviously the part of us which likes to feel safe will feel good when we are there. So the part of us wants to keep there. So it's good to really see, are we getting attached to anything, right? So we are going to do a meditation today where First, the simple Anapanasati, and then we are just going to observe the body sensations. First, the body, then the mind. Now, when we say observe in meditation, of course, we are observing it, right? Now, when the body is there, the sensations are there, and then there is the one who's observing. So, who am I? Yes, the body is there. But then, when it is being witnessed, when it is being seen, then I'm not the body. When our thoughts are there, usually we are saying, I was thinking, right? Our language also just makes us be in that. I am Preeti. No, my name is Preeti. I am thinking, I have done, right? We are so attached to it. And so when I'm now thinking, the thoughts are coming and going. Now, would I really be bothered if it's a very brilliant thought or it's a very dirty thought? I'm thinking, oh my God, my thought of killing somebody, it's such a bad thought, right? We just watch it, just like it's a cloud passing in the sky. Doesn't matter how black it is, doesn't matter how angelic looking it is. And then the same thing with the emotions, right? We just watch any feeling. So when we are watching the thoughts also, what happens is the moment the thought comes, usually we also have feelings. Or maybe you'll remember a past thing which brings about the feeling. So we allow ourselves to also witness the feeling. There's a beautiful story that's coming into my awareness. This is a story of Balshem, a beautiful master. What he would do at a time was he used to walk and go to a riverside every night. So about 11, 12 o'clock, he would just go there. He would sit by the bank of the river, and at about 4 o'clock or so, he would just come back. Now, those days, there used to be just one bungalow there. Okay, and a watchman would notice him that you're going there, right? He's going there and he's coming. Every night he would see him and he was very curious. What is this guy really doing? I don't see him taking anything. I don't see him bringing anything. There is nothing out there. Why does he go there? So he followed him a couple of nights. He was a watchman here. So he actually left the bungalow. He followed him sheepishly. And he said, what is he doing? Let me just figure out. And he saw he does nothing. He just sits there, does nothing. So one day he gathered the courage. He said, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you. I can't really now stop myself. What is it that you do that you go there? Okay, every night I see that you've been going there. So Balshem tells him, not only have you been watching me, I have also been watching. I have also been hearing, when you're following me, that grass, that sound that is there, I also know that you're following me. So he said, I'm also curious, what do you do sitting outside here? He said, I'm a watchman. He said, that's a wonderful term that you've given me. I'm also a watchman. And he said, watchman, what do you watch? And he says, you are watching the bungalow, but you are watching outside. I am watching the inside. I'm watching myself. Now, that is really the journey of the spiritual path of the meditator. We just keep watching everything that's happening. So, we are going to watch. Okay. Any questions before we go into this? I'm seeing some new friends. Good evening, Abhinandan. Very nice. Bhakti, Vimala. Good evening, Rubia ji, Delna, Pushpa. Wonderful. So let's start. Okay, friends, if there are sounds around today, I'm not going to play any music. Okay, we just watch whatever is happening. If there is a partner at home, if there are children at home making sounds, right? We don't have to ask them to shut up. Nobody has to really make the space for you. We watch what is the irritation also arising. If something happens as a reaction in you, we watch that as well. Okay, so let's close our eyes. You can just cross your legs. You can clasp your fingers together in your lap and bring your awareness to your breath. The breath is always in the moment. The breath will anchor you. into this moment. The breath is the one that connects you to the soul. Just allow yourself to be natural. Watch the natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. We practice the simple quality of watching without any judgment. Just an acceptance of what is. You may be aware of the sensations as you inhale and exhale. And as you are relaxed, present, you may also become aware of other sensations in the body. Simply watch. The body sensations are there. The breath is happening. Who is watching? Am I the body? Is the body mine? Am I more than the body? We don't answer the question. This question is existential. We just watch, we just notice. The breath may take you into deeper, relaxed states. Allow that, or it may not. You may be feeling restless with certain sensations in the body. Just watch what's happening. Just be the watchman without taking any action. If there are thoughts that are also coming, just notice them. It's just like the traffic passing on the road, or like clouds in the sky. In between the clouds, behind the clouds, it's the empty sky. Are you the clouds? Are you these thoughts? You may even want to invite thoughts. Just let them come. Doesn't matter. The sky is there and the clouds are there. And you are watching. Watch everything that's happening. If you notice anything outside of you which is creating a irritation or any kind of emotions in you, watch that. The trigger is outside. The reaction happens within you. They belong to you. And you are watching. The emotion is there. Feelings are there. And you are beyond. You are more than that. You are watching. And allow yourself to now relax in this watcher. Be with it. Just watching everything. Allow yourself to also go into a relaxed state, riding on the wave of the breath, as if merging with the watcher, becoming the watcher. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just in. Outside is chaos. Deep inside is stillness. Outside is sound, noise. Inside is peace, silence. This silence is full of answers, Buddha says. Soak in this silence. Just another 5 minutes. Be there. Sat, Chit, Anand. Truth, consciousness, bliss. You are that. You are not this tiny person you have thought yourself to be. You are a powerful creator of your life. Know yourself as that. Be that. Just another 3 minutes. Allow yourself to get insights. How would you be different if you come back now knowing this true self? How would you be different? How would you treat your body in a different way? This body which belongs to you, what would you do to care for it better? When we look from a little distance, we allow ourselves to see clearly, watching, observing from a little distance. Allow yourself to now pay attention. How would you treat your body differently? Or maybe just take the time to express your gratitude and love towards this body, which gives you this beautiful opportunity to be on this plane, which serves you in such beautiful ways. Allow yourself to also notice how could you be different when you now go back to those relationships, knowing that you are beyond your thoughts, beyond those hurts that you may have carried, beyond your point of views. Are you more peaceful when you engage with them? Can you let go? Would you forgive? Would you love? Knowing that they are also the same spirit, that the same divine that is in you is in this person as well. Allow yourself to just feel more love. Feel your heart expanding, opening. Identified with our hurts, our heart shuts. Understanding, love, and peace allows it to open up. Just another 2 minutes. Allow your awareness to be at the heart center, the heart chakra. Allowing yourself to feel more love for yourself and for the other. And just another minute, my dear friends. Allow yourself to remember this. The masters tell us to remember, to live in remembrance, in Simran. Remember this as you come out. Your true nature, your divine nature. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. You can rub your palms together, cover your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Wonderful. A few friends joined later. Thank you everybody for joining. Friends, we would love to hear any sharing, any questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said that the trigger is on the outside, but the response or reaction is on the inside. Now we know this intellectually, but just not able to apply it.
Yes.
I mean, how does one make that shift? It's
That's a
very
journey.
difficult.
That's a journey, Moiniji. And every time, it's one time at a time. So when you recognize that, if initially, supposing you react and you're with that reaction for 3 days, right? If now you realize it maybe 2 days later and drop it, then you realize it 1 day later. It's a journey. So just be
No,
patient with yourself.
like just now, I connected here, but there was noise, there was happening, and all of that. Someone knocking at the door, and I was like, cannot it be peaceful just for 20 minutes? So I didn't know, that was kind of upsetting me, or I don't know what was. It wasn't feeling good.
Absolutely fine,
And
Moiniji. So that's exactly, I think somewhere probably I just anticipated maybe because I could see the movement.
you
And that's
could,
how
na?
when I was guiding you, before we started, I said, there may be sounds around and just accept that. Now, sometimes we feel that when we are meditating, now we are doing the best thing. Now everybody should be
Yes,
quiet and just give me that time,
absolutely.
right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
everything that's happening is happening for you.
To understand that this is where I need to work on myself. Is that it?
You just watch, just accept. So we have to just also cultivate this practice of just watching,
Mm.
right? When we are able to, when this time that we are taking, when we are just able to watch,
Mm-hmm.
that's when the other person is actually doing something really triggering you. That's
Yes.
you'll be able to catch that at that point in time and then not react.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Anybody would like to share, ask anything? Yes, Abhinand.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, I've been observing initially there was some amount of resistance to go deeper within. I could sense a lot of restlessness in the body, and I was feeling all this. Um, I think towards the end, somewhere, I kind of dozed off. I fell asleep. But when you said the last 5 minutes, I came back to my senses and I could observe how my body was reacting. My body and my mind just want to feel something. They don't want to go into a deep state where they're not feeling anything. They don't want to be in that state. So they're just like, I was observing my body trying to trying to move, trying to change the pace of my breath, trying to feel some vibrations through breath, some energy. It just wants to do something so that it can feel something here. So I was able to observe that. Um, yeah.
Wonderful, Abhinan. Very good that you're able to notice the resistance. Okay.
Hmm.
It was not sleep. It was the state of meditation. So
Yes.
when we are saying, we all know sleep, right? But when we say, I think I went off to sleep, right? A part of us knows that it's not sleep, but we are not aware. So we don't know what else, right? But that's the time that probably you're not even kind of noticing that. You were just in that. So that's what I had also guided. Allow yourself to merge with that watcher.
Yes.
And that is the state of meditation, the no thought state. And very good, pat your back that you're able to see that I'm resisting, right? So just reminding ourselves that I'm more than these emotions, I'm more than the story that my mind keeps telling me, knowing that this happens with all. It wants to cling to the old, it wants to cling to all of this. Wonderful. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Anybody else would like to share? Sujata ji, yes.
Firstly, I wanted to say thank you for the word watchman which you gave us today. So that will really help in our daily meditation. And even today, during the meditation, whenever my mind wandered or some thoughts came, I reminded myself that we are the watchmen. So I just have to watch and not get carried away. So that really helped. And one more sentence you said during the meditation, that you are the creator. So that, I mean, we know that, we've heard that so many times, but today those words made me, a lot of thoughts came in, and a lot of realizations came. Okay, I'm the creator. So anything I do, I have to do that, I'll get the result. I mean, I cannot blame anyone. I myself am the creator of my life. So again, that was also very much, helped a lot.
Beautiful.
Beautiful session. I mean, same topic we've been hearing so many times, but every time you get fresh insights, and beautiful. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Sujata ji. Wonderful, friends. Friends, we have the past life workshop this weekend. Just in case you have friends who suddenly you think they may be interested in, do share the message. Whenever we have a group, let everybody benefit. So do share with anybody that you think will benefit. Any other questions? Any sharings? Manju Auntie, I'm seeing you here for the first time. Thank you for joining. Bindal Auntie is there. Haridas ji, wonderful. Anybody else wants to say otherwise? Yes, Abhinand, do you want to share?
So I have a question. I realize in group meditations, I'm able to get past that resistance and still somehow sit. Like when I'm sitting alone, when I sit alone for meditation, when that resistance comes up, my urge is to just lay down and go into a fetus position. So how do I overcome that? In group meditation, I don't know, somehow that will comes up, and I just sit there. But alone in my meditation, I'm not able to do that.
That's wonderful, Abhinand. Abhinand, usually the group meditations are 3 times stronger. The group
Okay.
energy actually helps us to, get into that. So do take the help wherever there are group meditations happening. Do participate, right?
Okay.
The same effect also happens on full moons and new moons.
Okay.
So and when you're meditating alone, right? Remember, now you know the reason, you know the science why this is happening, right?
Yes.
Position, right? Obviously now you've done inner child, you know that there is something there why you go into fetal position, right?
Hmm.
But take separate time for dealing with that. But when you're
Okay.
meditating, right, and you've decided now I'm just going to do anapanasati, I'm just going to be still, just
Yes.
practice that, because that's how you'll be able to come out of those patterns as well. Otherwise, we can be with the same patterns for a long, long time.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. बाय बाय. मंजू आंटी बाय बाय बोल रही है ना, मुझे लगा कुछ पूछ तो नहीं रही है. चलिए, ओके. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स फॉर जॉइनिंग.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.